I am Berndt. I'm the principal of Culver Community Middle School, high school. I have been in education for 23 years now. My first 13 years I spent as a 7th grade high school science teacher, and then obviously moved into administration from there. I was the Dean of Students for my first 4 years at the high school level before moving into administration totally, and I was more in charge of discipline and attendance and things of that nature, and then became principal after that. So this is my 7th year currently as the principal of Culver Middle School High School. It has been obviously a pleasure at the same time as you have the struggles of in and out being a principal. But my why is to become that, that possible inspiration for a kid. Talk to you after they graduate and say they wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for you. And I think that's what drives a teacher, it drives an administrator, it drives me to know that you have to be here every day for those kids to make sure that they get through, because we're in a world nowadays where the kids that have the support at home, the services at home, good parents that are leading them through, they're going to make it, and maybe you won't influence them as much, but the ones that don't have that, me as a principal, that's my why to be here, to make sure I inspire them, to make sure that they're getting through, to make sure they get where they want to be, and to help them to get where they want to go. So that's what wakes me up every day to be here. That's why I want to be here. The toughest part of the job is controlling the unknown. When students are here at school from 8 to 3, we have a pretty good environment where we get to control them. But when they leave us, we don't know what environment they're going to and what they have at home and what they can do, or what resources they have. So I think that's probably the toughest job, is trying to see, what can we do here at school to make sure we're doing what we can to make sure they're in a better place. And obviously our goal is when they leave us, they're going to become productive members of society. They're going to be productive members of this community, possibly, and we want to make sure that they're ready for that. The most rewarding is when you see kids smiling, having a great time, enjoying education, and succeeding afterwards. I get the privilege of seeing them go from 6th grade all the way through high school. So you see them grow. You see them grow every year, where maybe they struggle for a couple years, and then later on they finally get it and understand, to do the right things, doing their best. We preach a Cavalier way to them, and once they finally get it and they become successful, that's the rewarding piece of it. Building those relationships with students, honestly building the relationship with staff, and everybody having an all-in factor to say, hey, we want what's best for our kids. I think that's probably the biggest and most rewarding thing to me. I think anytime you want to empower somebody, you want to give them, one, the resources to make them successful. And then you want to make sure that they're able to do it on their own. So a lot of the times it's given the freedom to the staff to say, hey, we trust you. We know that you have gone into education for a purpose, and we want you to influence students the way you can. The best memories, that I have, even in general, whether it's teaching or being a principal, some of those memories are going to the things that are unique to Culver. We talk about Fall Bonanza a lot when it's homecoming in the fall, and we do our sports spectacular in the spring that makes Culver unique. That's something that we do for our students that really I don't think other schools are doing. And it's a great way to bring students in, let them have fun, and enjoy school processes at the same time. My legacy would just be simply that they know that I cared for them. Whether it was teaching, whether it's an assistant principal or being the principal, is just knowing that the students know that I want them to succeed. Honestly, it's corny to say, but that you love the students, because you really, in my seat, you become the dad, so to speak, of all the kids. Obviously, being a father of my 2 girls, it's a different feel when you're at school. You become the dad. From 8 to 3, I am the dad of 450 kids, and you want to see them do very well. And no matter what background they have, you want them to succeed. And I think, to me, that's a legacy I hope they understand, is that I care for them, we love them here, and we want to provide the best thing for them.